Hello everybody, JaffaArchfiend here. Well, we're on to the next stage of the Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail's Ally Society, Yok Huy, going from Trusted to the next rank. So let's see what we've got here. Buried Memories. Ooh, looks like we might be doing some farming up here, planting some crops. Oh, excuse me. What perfect timing. I was just about to make my way up the mountain, but now that you're here, there's a small but vital task I would entrust to you. You see, we are currently in the process of restoring a larder Dartorgor used to store not only foodstuffs, but apparently also ceremonial offerings used during the Pact. We found many different food items when we uncovered its ruins, but as of yet we have no way of knowing which were for eating and which were used as offerings. That could get a little tricky, I suppose, yeah. There is a merchant in Warlord's Echo by the name of Kurbelur, with whom Dartorgor often had dealings. I thought perhaps he might know if any of the wares she traded for were used in the ritual. That sounds about as good a plan as any to figure things out. I would send one of our own to seek him out, but every pair of hands is busy clearing out the remaining snow. I was just about to join him, in fact. Dartorgor's living sepulchre has yet to be found, after all. That leaves you to speak with the merchant on our behalf. A much less laborious task than the one that awaits me, I promise. Can you do this for us? Let's see, shovel snow or talk to a merchant? Not sure which one's the more laborious here. Thank you. Remember, the merchant's name is Kurbelur. I hope his knowledge can aid us. I'm looking for Kurbelur. Alrighty, Kurbelur. And there you are. And get off the choco. Alrighty. Oh god, that music does not indicate anything good going on here. Dartorgor, from the mountain. Oh yes, I remember her. We would trade on occasion. Though she never mentioned this pact you speak of. Thinking back, however, it does shine a new light on one peculiar aspect of our dealings. Oh? As I recall, she would usually ask for an assortment of dried meats and seasonings, the types of food that would last. Such items as would be difficult to come by in the snowy peaks. Nothing peculiar about that, to be sure, but the tender she used was unusual. You see, she traded me corn and corn seeds, which she claimed to grow herself. Quite a strange crop for such a frigid climb, right? Well, she said it was a singular type, bred over generations to withstand the freezing weather. Of course, I couldn't deny such an uncommon opportunity. But I took one bite of the corn and regretted my choice straight away. Ha! Still, I figured I could sell it as feed or process it to something usable, so I accepted her produce whenever she visited. Dartorgor seemed to have a hard life on the mountain, so I was happy to provide her with what she needed. One time I suggested growing something else besides inedible corn might solve her food problems. What do you think she said to that? She said, "My order took great care in cultivating it to match the taste of our dear friends." Oh, so the corn's for the snow bunnies. Considering she lived alone, I wasn't quite sure what she meant. She was so earnest in her answer, I decided not to press further. But now the pieces are falling into place. I gather this corn has something to do with your ritual. I don't suppose you still have any more of this corn floating around, don't you, do you? You know, I've been wanting to meet Farafar in her hands of Zigrata for some time. Allow me to accompany you up the mountain. Word of work being done at Zigrata has reached us here in Warlord's Echo, and I've wondered how I could contribute. Now's my chance to find out. Excellent. Get your butt up there and bring the corn with you. Preferably corn seeds. That went much better than I thought the music was indicating it would. Anytime I've had to deal with merchants in this game and if music has gone doo-doo-doo-doo, I was like, oh god, what bartering shenanigans have I got to go through here? What 10,000 side quests have I got to do before I can get what I want from them? But no, that went actually quite well. That went a lot smoother than usual. I suspect they might be going there. Judging by that, seems to be where most of everyone seems doing their digging, plus there's also some tree stumps. There you are. Farafar might be young, but she takes to leading naturally. I'm impressed by how much progress everyone's made so far. Most of the others are resting now, but Farafar had his clear snow all day long. I can barely lift my arms. Aha! A hard day's work deserves a hearty reward. Why am I saying hefty? I suppose the two words are interchangeable for this one. Wouldn't you agree? I'll treat you to some of my most delicious ware when this is done. Just not the corn. We're discussed that the corn's inedible. Well, to organics anyway. By the way, Fardaphar, do you have any insight as to what Dartorgar was referring to before? Those dear friends she and the others grew the corn for. She must have meant the snow spirits. The corn must have been a crucial part of the ritual. Given that it was grown and harvested among the snow, it makes sense that the spirits would have a taste for it. I suppose the larder housed a healthy stock of the crop. Even so, I fail to see how anyone, spirits or no, could eat that stuff. Perhaps the caretakers processed it somehow before making an offering? Without knowing their techniques, however, growing it now may not be the wisest path. Sorry to interrupt, but I've been meaning to mention the large stone we found buried under snow. The carvings are quite distinct. Large stone? The sepulchre? Are you saying you found a sepulchre? Dartorgar's living sepulchre? If it is indeed the stone we've been searching for, it should hold all the answers we need. Way forward is cleared. We've finished shoveling the rest of the snow. Give us a shovel. If only we're so simple. The snow around the stone is frozen solid. Maybe ice picks could help us free it? Well, we don't want to risk damaging it, though. With tools like that, we risk damaging the stone and thus losing forever the precious stories carved into it. As of now, we lack the means to remove it cleanly from the ice. That's a problem. Could you return with me to shelter? The tools we need require a deft hand to craft, and I cannot make them alone. Right, we're making a flamethrower. No? Much appreciated. Let our focus be seen on the sepulchre safely rescued. In the meantime, the others should continue their work on the larder. Remember to give yourselves time to rest every once in a while. Right. Yeah, that's the problem. If something's buried in ice, and you're wanting to preserve the details, you can't just go at it with just an ice pick. Because, well, that will wind up damaging the stone on it. You very much run the risk of damaging the stone. Melting it would be the safer option, but making sure the heat is enough to melt the ice gradually and slowly without, you know, also damaging the markings, the engravings. My intuition is correct. Dartorgar's sepulchre will contain details on the offering, and while I would like it uncovered as quickly as possible, the task must be attended to with care. Which is why I would entrust no one else with crafting the tools we require. You're not one to disappoint, after all. Oh, no pressure! I think metal scrapers suited for delicate work should help us clear the ice without damaging the sepulchre's inscriptions. Can I trust you to make them for us? Warfortar will keep you stocked with all the supplies you need. Good luck, although I know you need it not. No pressure. Set of ice removal tools. Alright. We don't need to be high quality, so we can just bang it out. We don't need a high quality mark on it, so just need to bang it on out. And bada bing, one set of ice removal tools. Have you finished already? Good, good. May I have a look? There you go. As I said, you do not disappoint. These will certainly help us free the sepulchre from this stubborn ice. With work on the larder going well, our goals feel so close at hand. I want to rush headlong to the end, but I know haste will only set us back. Yeah, you do not want to rush into things when it comes to anything to do with ice and snow. That should help with any kind of, like, snowbanks on that one now. Getting built into that kind of setup. Beautiful, is it not? Despite his age, Kerbeler may have hauled more snow than the rest of us combined. Having a place to store our daily foodstuffs will certainly make our lives easier. Of course, we also intend to devote space to the cold-resistant corn after we can grow and harvest it. Very pretty. I hear the others have already found a plot for cornfields, so the larder may become crowded soon enough. I only hope we can figure out exactly how the plant fits into the ritual. Yay! There's a sepulchre. Right, now to try and read the thing. Oh, that's your job, not mine. I have missed you, Dartorgar. Though it may take time, I promise to read every single word you left us. I always enjoyed the wisdom and wit of your conversation. Now I have been blessed to speak with you again. Nothing can make me happier. Deciphering the story of Dartorgor and the spirits will take time, so please be patient. It seems I must consult the surrounding stonework to glean its whole meaning. Of course, that's fair. To be for context, they've got like now one chapter here. They don't have the entire story. Hell, this might even just be one page. The High Lorder has been restored, giving the Yok Huy a place to store their food. Dartorgor's living sepulchre may hold the secrets to the pact. There is yet more work to be done until it is deciphered. And with that, we've gone from trusted to respected. Alright, let's see what goodies we have managed to grab. Let's see what goodies we can grab here, shall we? What is the reward from getting up to respected level? Oh, little minion. Wind up Yok Huy. Let's have a gander. Let's see how this looks, shall we? And minions. There we are. Wind up Yok Huy. With the cooperation of the Pelu, their businessmen neighbours, the Yok Huy produced a series of this mammoth as a mammoth puppet, little doll, mechanical doll type thing, as a souvenir for visitors to Ziggertail the Open-Armed. Boasting nimble movement ordinarily unseen on their stout physique, it has also proven popular among the Yok Huy themselves. We shall soon come face to face, or rather face to knee, with these enormous Yok Huy Alphino. Alright, let's have a gander here. Okay, let's go to G-pose. Oh, wrong button. G-pose. Get rid of that field. Let's remove us from the picture. And I cannot zoom in any further than this, unfortunately, which is a pest. No, that's the... Tiny. Oh, it does a little arm wiggle. Let's see what happens with pet. Beckon. Oh, right, I don't have the Puppet Master title. Hold on. Yeah. Let's go to profile, title. Well, if a mammoth has obedient as its setting, as its personality thing, let's see. If you have one of the mammoth, if you have the minion collector titles, let's see, where are we? Where are you? Minion master. Let's go with mammoth here. Here we go. And when you do stuff to them, okay, it tilted its head up there. Aha! Okay, that wasn't quite what... See if we do beckon again. Oh, it automatically moves to being directly behind you. Or does it? Let's see if it does that again from this angle here. If it was just moving direct to the nearest Yok Huy. Yeah, it seems to just be going in any kind of perpendicular direction to you, kind of thing. Interesting. Alright, okay. So, that was the Yok Huy's next rank up. So, for the next one, we've got up to 990. Let's see here. Break out the calculator. 990 divided by 60, since we get 60 rep per quest. 16, or about 17 quests, so 17 divided by 3. Oh, about 6 days. 6 days, give or take, from now. So that would be, including the 3 bonus ones for today, so that would be 5 days, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, sometime about Thursday, probably. Maybe. See you guys for the next one. JaffaArchfiend, out.